Investing is here, gambling is here. Gambling is you taking uncalculated risk. You are banking or hoping that you are going to be lucky to win something. That's completely different. But investing, you are going to be making strategic decisions based on trends, historical data, company policy, and a lot of research that. Hey guys, it's your girl Wiz Queen back again with another video. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for joining. On this channel, I share information on personal finance, tips that would help you improve your finances, grow your savings, and definitely become financially free. I also share information on fashion and lifestyle as well. So in today's video, as you can see from the title, I will be debunking 10 misconceptions and myths people have about investing. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing is that you need to be rich to be able to invest. Cut that. Don't believe that. That's absolutely a myth. You don't need to be rich, you don't need to be wealthy for you to invest or even get started. You can invest with as little as $50, which I think almost anyone can afford now. If you have spare $50 that you can put towards something, then you can definitely start investing. Don't believe in that popular belief that you need to be rich to invest. You can start as little as from anywhere. The second myth is that investing is like gambling or is gambling. This is completely false. It's not the same. Investing is here, gambling is here. Gambling is you taking uncalculated risk. You are banking or hoping that you are going to be lucky to win something. That's completely different. But investing, you are going to be making strategic decisions based on trends, historical data, company policy, and a lot of research that you would have been expected to have done. So it's completely not the same. Don't believe that myth that investing is like gambling. It's completely incorrect. Another misconception is that the market is too volatile. The stock market will always be very volatile. The crypto market is going to be very volatile as always, but this would not stop you from making decisions, because life itself is a risk, right? You only have to take strategic and calculated risk when you are investing. It's completely different from you getting into something that you don't know anything about. And if you are investing for the long term and you have a well diversified portfolio, this would definitely help you with exposure to the market volatility. So don't believe that myth that the market is too risky, it's too volatile, that's why you shouldn't get into the market. Hell no. Don't believe in that. Just make sure you take calculated risk. You make sure you do the right research. Ensure that you are thinking long term and you have a well-researched, diversified portfolio. The fourth myth is that you need to be an expert or a guru for you to even start investing at all. This is completely false. I know a lot of people get scared with the whole picture of a chart or maybe the candles, and you start wondering, okay, I don't know what this means. What does this mean? It seems too complex and too difficult for me to understand. How do I even get started? I understand that a lot of people have different level of knowledge regarding investing, and you can always start as a beginner. There are different levels for every investor. You can start as a beginner. You can also be an investor with moderate knowledge or high knowledge. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know everything or be a professional for you to start investing. That's a myth. Don't believe it. Don't even think about it. And as well, aside from that, you just need to take your time and do some research. There are a lot of information on the internet right now. There are a lot of content on the internet that would help you understand the basics and know what you need to even get started. So don't believe that you need to be an expert or it will take you a whole lot of knowledge or whatever it is to start investing. Don't believe in that. As long as you are open to knowledge, we are all human beings. We learn every day. Something new comes up every single day. As long as you're willing and open to learning new things, you will definitely become a successful investor. So don't believe that myth. Another popular misconception about investing is that stocks is the only option. That's completely false as well. Don't believe it. I understand a lot of people are not ready to commit to probably just invest in just one company or just buy one particular stock because they feel like that's taking too much risk. Of course, you can diversify your portfolio. You can also consider investing like mutual funds, ETF. That way you're not just investing in one company. You can consider index funds as well. There's also cryptocurrency. There's real estate as well. So there are a whole lot of things you can invest in that would yield you very good returns. So you don't necessarily have to be in the stock market if you don't want to. But the stock markets are great though. Based on previous trend and historical data, they have a very good return over the years, so it's definitely recommended. But if you feel like you want to do something else, there is definitely the opportunity for you to do those. Another misconception about investing is that you can save instead of investing. I know a lot of people would say, why are you investing when you can just put the money in your bank and you get a couple of interest anyways? Let me tell you, the bank is just using your funds to generate more revenue for the bank, and they will be giving you very, very small interest. Even if you have a high interest savings account, the interest is not worth it. It's very, very small compared to if you put it into an investment. You putting your money sitting in the bank is not going to yield you anything, so you have to make conscious effort into putting that money into something and watch it grow and compound over time. Another popular misconception is that it takes too much time to invest. I totally understand that you might feel overwhelmed with the knowledge that you have to learn. You may also feel overwhelmed with the idea that you need to do a lot of research to know what stocks you should be buying, what mutual funds you need to be buying, or what to even invest your funds in the first place. I understand that that could be overwhelming and take a lot of time, which is normal. But as soon as you're able to get a hang of the basics, you know what to look out for when you want to start investing, and you don't need to start from the scratch anymore. You just go ahead to see the company you want to invest in, do research on them for a couple of minutes, and you are on to buying. You don't even need to sit behind your computer all day long to buy that stock or anything you want to do. You can always set your trade. You can also always automate rebalancing your portfolio as well, so you don't have to sit down behind your computer and take your time or spend the entire time that you don't have doing research just because you want to invest. And also these days there are a lot of automated investing tools, robo-advisors as well, that can help you invest based on your long-term goals and your risk tolerance, so you don't have to spend your time doing all that, and that will take only a couple of minutes. So don't believe that misconception that you need to spend your entire day or waste your time investing or sit behind your computer all day long. You don't have to do that. I also understand that people feel like you have to spend your entire time sitting behind your monitor all day long just because you want to monitor your investments or monitor your stocks, and they don't have that time to put into it. So you definitely don't need to do that. As far as I know, once I invest into any company or any stock I put my funds into, I don't need to check it for several months, except I want to decide, should I buy more or should I possibly buy something else. That would be the only time that I would go back to look into my investment or that purchase that I've done in the past. So you don't have to track or monitor your investments every day. Sometimes you may not even need to do it for several months. Another misconception is that the returns are not worth it. Don't believe that as well. That's a big myth. I know some people will tell you when you are getting a dividend of 50 cents or 20 cents, or you are getting a stock sharing of 0.001 unit of a stock, and you're asking yourself, so what's the point of buying this stock in the first place if the return seems so small and insignificant? Trust me, whatever returns you are getting from your investment is definitely going to be way more than the returns you'll be getting on your high interest saving account or just putting the funds in your bank. So definitely investing is worth it. And also you need to think about the power of compounding interest. This is something that is going to grow over the years. It's going to compound over time as well. So you can't compare the interest from a low or a high savings account to the interest you'll be making from an investing account. As long as you have chosen the right investment, you would definitely yield good returns, and returns mature over time. So it's not something that if you are thinking for within the next 6 months or a short term, then you might not make the kind of return that you're looking out for. But if you are looking for a long-term investment, it is definitely worth every bit of time and resources that you put into investing. Another myth is that you have to lock your money away. That's not true. Although this kind of has a way to make sense if you think about it, because when you want to invest, it's expected that you have a long-term goal or medium to long-term goal in mind, and say that medium to long-term will be about 3 to 5 years and long-term will be about 10 years or more. But if you are investing for less than a year or 6 months, then it's considered a short-term investment. The stock market, crypto market is always something for the future. You will be expected to look at the bigger picture in things and not for the short term. As long as you've been able to save 3 to 6 months of emergency funds in case of unforeseen contingencies, and you also work and earn income that will take care of your basic and day-to-day needs. Just invest for the long term. Don't think short term. Invest for the future. Even if you want to pull out your investment even within a year's time for whatsoever reason, you can definitely time the market, know when the market is favorable, then sell off your investment to possibly put funds towards your down payment for your home or maybe a car or something. But if you have some spare cash that you want to use for probably your tuition or your rent, definitely don't put that kind of funds into investing, because the market is not predictable. Last and final misconception that people have about investing is that you have to wait for a good time. Trust me, you don't have to wait for a good time. There's never a good time. There's never a perfect market time. It's always going to be that way. So don't say you want to wait till next year, or you want to wait till 2 weeks time, or you want to wait till 2 weeks time. Is still a very reasonable amount of time to wait. But if you're saying you want to wait till next year, or you're waiting till you turn 25 or 30 before you start investing, trust me, within that time that you're waiting to start investing, you could have earned a whole lot of returns. You could have learned a whole lot about the market and investing. So the best time to start investing is now. Do that research, set up the account, create your investing account. If you want to use your TFSA, RRSP, or you want to use your 401k account, set those accounts up and start investing today. Carry out the adequate research that you need to do and start your investment. Don't wait till you turn whatsoever age. Don't wait for the right time. There's never a right time. As long as you have the minimum amount, which I've said is always as little as $50 to start, and don't believe any of the misconceptions that I've told you in this video. They are just a myth. Definitely start investing if it's something you want to get into, and if you want to maintain financial freedom for yourself and for your loved one, consider investing and start it today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you also know some common misconception or myth about investing, leave them in the comment section. I would like to read and learn from you guys as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to do so. Give this video a thumbs up, like I said again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. In the meantime, stay confident. Bye bye.